Yo, what's going on, everybody? Peace and blessing, kings and queens. Let me see if a few people jump on. How's everybody doing today? Happy Friday, everybody. If you're on here, please share. When we jump on, please share this information. Each one, teach one. Spread the financial knowledge. We making financial literacy cool. That's what I'm planning to do. Make financial literacy cool. So if you come on here, please share. Drop some knowledge. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Because the more and more I meet people, the more I see how much we need financial literacy, especially black people. So please come on here, share. When you get on here, please share. Share wherever, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, YouTube. I'm trying to be on all platforms, like, for real. I'm trying to monetize the entire internet. See if a few people jump on before we get started. Exactly. See, yeah, let's for real. Like, I'm for real out here. I want everybody to be financially literate. Like, seriously. Passive income. So the financial tip of the week this week is UGMA accounts. Now, what are those? Well, UTMA stands for Uniform Transfer to Minors Act, or Minors Account. UGMA and UGMA account is a Uniform Gift to Minor account. Those are custodial accounts. So these are accounts you would set up for your child. So an investment account, like a mutual fund. You may have shares of stock in an UTMA or UGMA account, ETFs, bonds, whatever it may be. So you would be the custodian for the benefit of your child. So if you have one for your child, the account would be in your child's name. You would be the custodian until they became an adult. So these type of accounts, a lot of people have different perspectives on them. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of them, but they are very important to discuss and just know that they are out there for you to invest in. So what they are for the benefit of your child, though. That is your child's money. Once you set those accounts up, that is your child's money. That's not your money. Let me say it again. Once you set these type of accounts up, that is your child's money. That's not your money. That is seen as an asset of the child's. So let's say you put some money in there, a couple thousand, $5,000, $10,000. You started when your child's a baby or when they're a toddler, 2, 3. Then the child gets 10. You had it for 5, 6 years. You got 10, 15,000 in, and you say, I need some extra cash, or I need to pay, the mortgage up, or I want to go on vacation. Whatever it is, you need it, for an emergency. You need it for personal use. You just want to take the money out. You say, it's not growing. I want to change the investment. I have, whatever differences with the stock market. I want to take it out. It has to be used for the benefit of the child. Again, if you take the money out prematurely, number one, it has to be for the use of the child. So, if you want to buy something for the child, like, when they're older, maybe they're 16, before they're 18, you can get them a car, maybe clothes, just something for the child's benefit. Because if you're audited by the IRS, you will have to provide proof that you used it for the child's benefit. So if you used it for yourself, or you used it for whatever, your wife, or which is whatever it is, the IRS could audit you and say, okay, you took X amount of dollars out of this. This is for the benefit of the child. What did you use the money for? We want to see receipts on what this money was used for. And if it was not used for the benefit of the child, you will have IRS problems. I don't know about you. Me, I don't want any problems with the IRS. The 3 people I don't mess with, the I, the R, and the S. Just like you said and set it off. What Luther say and set it off. And set it off. Luther was like, 3 people I don't mess with. The I, the R, and the S. So you have to use it for the benefit of the child. So if you do set one of those up, make sure that, that's okay with you, in case you need it for emergency or whatever it is. So with those type of accounts, there's two things. So when you have it, and then there's, you have it for the child. They have it, throughout their life, and then when they become an adult. So then there's two things. There's age of majority and age of termination. Age of majority is they can take it over with your permission. So you still have to sign off on the account and give them access to the account, put it in their name solely, and then they can do whatever they want with it. And then there's age of termination, where they don't need your permission to take it over. So some people say, all right, my child's 18, but even at 18, child is usually still not financially literate, or should have access to that much money if it's a substantial amount of money. So you may say, I don't want you to have it yet. So then there's age of termination, whereas though, and it varies with state, depending on what state you're in, is depending on how the laws would be. And then they can take it over without the child's or without the adult's permission. So, depending on the state, but that's just how they work. So you set up for your child. When they become 18, you can give it to them directly, or I think it may be 21 or like 23, whatever, in different states. Whereas though they can take it over without your permission, and then they have access to that money. So you want to make sure when they have access to that money, they have a financial literacy mindset, not to blow the money, spend the money on something dumb. You want them to buy assets, keep reinvested in the stock market, buy properties to rent out or to live. Or, put it into a business, get some seed capital and put into a business. You can put, couple thousand in a business and maybe make 10,000 a month. You never know. So those are what UGMA accounts are. In general, you can have, stocks with that, mutual funds, ETFs. You can just have a bank account and it's an UGMA. But the main thing is it's for the benefit of your child. Don't open one of those accounts thinking you can play with the money or, use it for them. Sometimes use it for yourself. Sometimes no. That is for the benefit of the child. Another thing with these type of accounts, they can have impact on financial aid eligibility. So, if your child turns 18, they want to start going to college, and you want to start getting financial aid, from a college, you don't have to pay as much, take out loans, blah, blah, blah. They will look at that and say, okay, that's an asset of the child's, and they will count that into financial aid eligibility. So if you have a lot of money in an UTMA, and opposed to somebody who doesn't have any money in UTMA, the person who doesn't will get more money for financial aid. So it's seen as a child's assets, which is different than a 529 plan, because a 529 plan is seen as a parent's assets. But an UTMA account is seen as a child's assets. So that's pretty much UTMAs. Hope you're clear on them. Like I said, you can have them in multiple different type of investments with them. But, and overall, I think they're good because you're putting money aside for your child. You're starting them in the game with some money. They're not starting over trying to beg a white person for a job, blah, 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 whatever. I never had an UTMA. I never had an UGMA account like that. So why not give your children, that, and then they pass it on to their children and so forth. So these type of accounts are very important. I dealt with them for years. I know the ins and outs of them. So overall, I don't think it's a bad idea to, get some stock accounts for your children. Which one do you think is better? I personally like 529s better. Yeah, I like 529s better. But so the second thing I wanted to talk about is on Monday, May 1st, my online financial literacy course will be available for purchase. It's mostly pre-recorded content. It's about at least 6 hours worth of content there. We go over everything from just what is financial literacy, what does it mean to be financially literate. We want to go over credit, how to save, how to budget, how to invest in the stock market, how to buy mutual funds, stuff like that. Talk about real estate, talk about lines of credit and home equity loans, and how to write up a will and, make sure you have your estate correct, 529 plans, life insurance. We're going to discuss all those different topics in the course. And I didn't want to just put out a course. So I'm actually opening a online financial literacy school, which is the McCrary Financial School. So that will be open for enrollment Monday as well. So the school is the the institution. We as Black people need institutions. Not just, I don't want to just have a course and that's it. I want an online school. So the course, the financial literacy course, will be the first course from the McCrary Financial School. The course will be titled Introduction to Financial Literacy and How to Build Generational Wealth for the Next 100 Years. So we'll go over generational wealth. Like I said, all the different topics I just talked about, we're going to go over all that. But, hopefully everybody will purchase the course. It will not be free, but will not be a whole bunch of money. Less than when you go to the movies or you go out, whatever. I was out last night. I'll talk about that in a minute. So, whatever you do, it would not be more than going out to the club, going to the movies, a couple times, going out to eat, going to see Kevin Hart, whatever it is. So hopefully everybody will support Black business, buy Black, cooperative economics. I'm still pushing that heavy. So yes, everybody, please share this information. Get the word out. Like, I'm about to go hard on the financial literacy campaign. You thought I went hard with cooperative economics campaign? I was nothing compared to what we're about to do. Because at the end of the day, I want us to be financially literate. I want Black people to be financially literate. All the other races practice it. Yeah. I'm telling you. This is about to be a movement. Everybody else does it. White people, Jewish people, Asians, Arabs, Indians, whatever. Like, they got their business right. Not all of them, but for the most part, it's part of their culture. We need it part of our culture. So yes, the McCrary Financial School, you can go to the McCraryFinancialSchool.com to enroll in the school, and then the course will be available for purchase Monday, May 1st. Mostly pre-recorded content. I will also do at least once a week live Q&A session just to talk about financial literacy, stocks. Ask me on whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about. So please, I hope everybody will support, share this information. Like, we're trying to go hard. Anybody want to work together, you want to talk business, DM, email, however you got it, I'm easy to find, but just come to me talking real business. You want to talk about real business, then we can definitely talk. Next thing I wanted to talk about. The Philadelphia NFL Draft. I want to talk about that a little bit. I put up a post the other day saying Philly will spend millions to host the draft and then make a lot of millions off of the draft, but won't put any real money into the communities that need it the most. And I really do have a problem with that. Everybody, if you're on here, if you haven't already, please share this information. Please share. Each one teach one. And the reason I have a problem with it, because Philly's a very, very interesting city. Just when you go around, like, you see some of the neighborhoods are just decimated. Like, literally decimated. Like, it's crazy. Be riding through, like, damn. Shit is fucked up out here, like, for real. Philly got some parts that's fucked up. I don't even want to curse on here anymore. I really don't curse anymore. Type of name. Go to the McCraryFinancialSchool.com. The McCraryFinancialSchool.com. You can actually enroll already, but the course will be available Monday. I don't want to curse anymore on here. But Philly is effed up. Like, for real. Not all parts. By any means, because gentrification is crazy. And they're affluent neighborhoods. It's just a lot. But some parts are just really bad. It's like, damn. And most of these parts, of course, are Black people. So it's just like, all right. The city has millions. Get millions. They have millions in the budget, billions, whatever in the budget anyway. But all this money is about to pool into the city, and the neighborhoods ain't going to get none of it. Like, damn, that shit is crazy. I mean, the crazy thing, of course, this is not just here. This is everywhere. Chicago is crazy. They got millions of dollars to billions of dollars open stadiums, but they won't put any money into the community. So it's just, happening a lot, but it's just something that I really look at now, like, damn. Because the gentrification here is, like, crazy. Like, it's really getting crazy. Like, riding through different places now. It's like we was riding down the other day near, like, Fairmount, or, like, off Ridge, like, 17th or something. Like, all these high rises. it's about to look like Northern Liberties at that area now. Like, it's just, gentrification is crazy. It's just Philly. I was reading a lot of information. It says like Philly is one of the poorest cities, the poorest major cities in the country still, and it's a major city. It's a top 5 city out of all the cities in America. It's top 5 as far as like population and stuff going on. It's a big city. Only ahead of it is like New York, LA, Chicago, and like maybe Houston or something. But then it's Philly, but it's like a major city. It's one of the poorest. So it's just like crazy. Like, a lot of people say they like the mayor and all. I mean, he seem all right, but like, all right, what are you going to put into the communities that need it the most? Like, for real. So shout out all the people that are trying to do that. Buy Black movement, like people like Kenny Gamble. Shout out Kenny Gamble. Shout out Ali Salahuddin. Shout out Raheem Islam. Shout out Michael Rashid. Shout him out. Like all the leaders in the city that are actually trying to do something about it. So shout all those people out. But it's just crazy, and the draft is like crazy though. Like, it's crazy going on. Like, they about to make so much money, but they need to put it in the community. But that's just how it is everywhere. So, but that's just something that I noticed, that it's like crazy. Like, come on, like, what the fuck? That's why I don't fuck with politicians. Like, on some real shit. City council, all of them, like, and they're all black. So it's like, what are y'all really doing? Like, this whole city council, black, superintendents, whatever, all black. What are y'all really doing? That's why I don't really bang with politicians. But with that said, Philly is crazy right now. So yeah, I was out last night. And yeah, it is crazy right now. Like, it was a really good draft party. Like, a lot of people in the city right now. I've seen a lot of people I haven't seen in a while. Yeah, like, this party last night was crazy. So it's nothing wrong with going out. Like, when I go so hard about people like going out, spending money on dumb shit, watching Love and Hip Hop, but you won't buy shares of stock, that doesn't mean you can't do it. That doesn't mean don't watch Love and Hip Hop. It's just watch it and then also buy shares of stock. So I still go out. Like, yeah, still was in the club last night. But I still have shares of stock. I still have 529s for the kids. I still got, retirement accounts and still running my business, trying to scale that. So, I see just so many people that just go out every single weekend. Day in and day out, Friday, Saturday, whatever, Thursday, Sunday, whatever, but still don't own shit. So it's like, if you're doing all that, but you don't own nothing, then like you really tripping. You know what I'm saying? So if you are in the city though, because a lot of people came from out of town, hit me up, whatever you want to holler at me, talk business, whatever. If you are in the city, you can holler at me. But this party last night, that was crazy because, like, Philly don't get a lot of, like, national or international attention. You know what I'm saying? So it was, like, crazy to just go out last night and just see all the people in the city, like, clubs popping. Like, Philly clubs usually is real whack. Like, that's why I don't really go out in Philly no more. And once you travel to, like, L.A. and Vegas and Miami, stuff like that, you don't really go out in Philly no more because it's kind of corny. But last night made me realize, like, how crazy it was. So now I look at it like business though. Like, out of all these clubs, all these people making money, black people aren't really getting any of that money. Like, how many black owned clubs are there? Like, name me one, because I don't know any. Somebody name me a black owned club. As much money as black people spend for going to the club, name me one black owned club. And we need to be in that market. All of our dollars are going into that market, but we ain't owning none of that market. So I don't just go to the club. I go to the club and look at business. Who threw this party? Not just the promoter. F the promoter. Like, whose company threw this party? Who sponsored this party? Who owns this club? Who owns this institution that we are in? And 99% of the time, they ain't black. So how do we get some of that? Like, for real, we need a James St. Patrick. Where he at? I love Power, but like, Power is not that realistic to me when it comes to club ownership. Like, where there are black-owned clubs like that? Like, for real. So we definitely need a piece of that market. As much money as we spend in the club as black people, ownership. Yes, ownership. As much money as we spend in the club as black people, we need to be owning some clubs or owning something, some out of it. Like, are we going to throw this party? And I know a lot of black people do throw parties, but like still with the ownership piece of it, we don't be owning none of that. So, you know what I mean? So I'm big on that ownership. So again, just to close for today, the financial tip of the week is UGMA accounts. Those are custodial accounts you would set up for the benefit of your child. You can purchase stocks in that type of account, mutual funds, ETFs. You can have a bank account like that, but it's not really that beneficial to have a bank account. Is good for your children, of course, but don't put a whole bunch of money in there because once you put a lot of money in a savings account over years, you actually lose money because of inflation. But yeah, I mean, purchase stocks for your kids. So if you don't have an UGMA account, think about maybe getting one. If you have any other questions about these type of accounts, you can send me a message or email me, whatever it is. So at the end of the day, let's build wealth. Let's build generational wealth. Let's make it cool to be financially literate. Financial literacy campaign. I'm going hard. Like, let's be financially literate. Like, seriously. Come on. Sign up at the McCrary The first course offered from my school will be Introduction to Financial Literacy, how to build generational wealth for the next 100 years. Introduction to Financial Literacy, how to build generational wealth for the next 100 years. So please, everybody support the course, share it, whatever. Put some money up. For real. So that's for real. Support black business, buy black, cooperative economics. Anybody want me to support your business, I will. I'll really put my money where my mouth is. Let me help you get more clients for your business. I'll help you advertise, whatever it is. Let's figure it out. But you got to be talking real business, not just ideas. Real business. You have some real money to put up. And you have a real business model that you can scale. So that's it for today. Financial tip of the week. Have a great Friday, everybody, and enjoy your weekend.